44 minutes after the hour, I'm Michelangelo Signorile talking about the idea that amid all of the cuts and all of the money that it's costing in fuel, the airlines, which are already moving to charge you for one extra bag, will now charge you more if you are overweight. One aviation expert telling CBS Chicago affiliate that a major airline has pitched the idea for the Far East route, and that would just be the beginning, and then they'd move on from that. Instead of just baggage on the scale, passengers would weigh in at the airport, and if you're more weight than what you said when you purchased the ticket, you're going to pay extra money, or if you're over the limit, or whatever. I mean, we are going to have people puking in the bathroom before their weigh-in. You know what I'm saying? We're going to have people, like, on a diet the 3 days before their weigh-in at the airport. Like, wow, I've got to, do, or who knows what, right? It used to be just to get laid. Now it's to get on a plane, right? 866-305-6887. Tony in Sarasota, Florida. You're on the Michelangelo Signorile Show.
Hey, how are you doing?
What do you think?
I think it is exactly the way it should be. Everybody should be allowed a certain amount of weight, whether it's as your persona or your luggage, and whether your luggage
Oh, you should get on the scale with your luggage.
Yeah.
Everybody with their luggage?
Right. So say everybody is allowed 300 pounds on the plane, whether it's, 120 pounds for you as a person, and then the rest is the luggage, that should be fine. But if you have these very large people that come with tons of suitcases, of course they should have pay extra.
But it is penalizing some people for something that's genetic. I mean, and sometimes it's whole families. You see whole families of very, very fat people, very large families, right? I mean, it's going to cost them a fortune.
Take the Greyhound.
Oh, my God. Tony, you are horrible. 866, thank you for the call. 866-305-6887. Jim in Phoenix, Arizona. You're on the Michelangelo Signorile Show.
Hey, Mike. This topic really hit home for me because living here in Phoenix, I do some cross-country flights. My family lives in South Carolina, and I'm a thin guy. I have about a 30-inch waist. And
How tall are you? I'm
5'10", 160.
Okay.
And so I got a 30-inch waist. And this guy, I'm by the window. I got the window seat. And this guy gets in the middle seat. And he must be about 250 to 300 pounds, I'd have to say. He's spilling into my seat. He smells. And I'm like claustrophobic now because I'm scrunched up against the window. Basically.
Well, there is the problem when they are in your space, and you're right. That space under the armrest, their fat can go in there, right? And then it's on your arm. I know what you're talking about.
Well, he comes last minute on the plane, and it's like, he's running and hopping and, probably try to get through the airport, and then he's spilling over into my seat. So, also, too, Mike, if I want an aisle seat, I got to pay extra for that. And, if he's extra large, then why shouldn't he have to buy two seats? I mean, I don't see that logic at all, and I really think that I pay for one seat, and that's how everybody should be. And they should be able to fit in their seat, is the bottom line.
I guess so, but it feels terrible to do this kind of thing. I mean, it's, to charge people for something they can't help. Some people, it's genetic, it's a thyroid problem, it's come on, we've all had issues. You're going to charge people for that? What about disabled people? They may be a pain in the neck in the plane. You can't charge them more money.
I wouldn't charge a disabled person for more money. It's different if somebody has a legitimate disability, but if you're spilling into somebody else's space, you can't. No, I totally disagree.
All right. Your point well taken. I know there are people who agree and disagree. Thanks a lot for the call. Let's say hi to, who do we have in Memphis?
Diane.
Diane, you're on the Michelangelo Signorile Show.
Hi, Michelangelo. I don't want to get into the issue of genetics versus non-genetics. I could really tear into your last two people because I've been overweight my whole life, and I'm not a stupid person. I've called into this show before, and I think I've acquitted myself well in the intelligence category, but I can't get a grip on the weight issue. So there must be something else going on, don't you think? Mr. 30-inch waist can be real defensive and real offensive against us because we don't have any medical conditions wrong with us. But forgetting all that, if you're going to proportionately charge me more for my weight, I often fly with my 12-year-old 70-pound child. I would like his ticket reduced proportionally in price.
That's a good idea. Well, I think some people would say put the whole family on the scale and then, just pay by family, pay by bundle.
Of course, that's, the whole idea of
this is like we're cattle. It's terrible.
It is terrible. And I do believe that morbid obesity is a medical condition, and we've been discriminated against our whole entire life.
And is a disability for many people.
It is. I can do anything I want to, and I am so conscious when I fly to try to not touch anybody else. Oh, God, if I touched somebody else, I would just die. Because of that issue like that. But, that whole thing about, well, they can take the Greyhound. Well, you know how I feel about when he says that? I feel like, hey, you can't get married. You can have a civil union. It's,
I hear. Diane, you're absolutely right.